Welcome everyone to our end of year special. Thank you for listening along with us this year. We're looking forward to a new year with you by sharing our top tips to keep your New Year's debt resolutions in place. So during today's session, Mark is going to go through some of the key maybe pain points from the year from 2021. Our clients' main pain points, and maybe some top tips moving into 2022. And he might just have time to share a few snippets of what you can expect from Waterford Technologies in 2022. So welcome back, Mark.
Hi, everyone.
This is a good time to say Happy Christmas.
Yes, Happy Christmas, everybody. Notice the Christmas tree I didn't do in the background.
You're a little bit more organized than I have. So I suppose it kind of feels like in some ways 2021 has been a very fast year, but plenty has happened. Let's get started by discussing maybe some of the top pain points we've solved for our customers globally in 2021.
Okay, so I suppose, what jumped out from our interaction with clients are probably three areas. Most visibly is the massive increase in data subject access requests we've seen from our clients looking for help. And as you all know, that's one of our main selling points, is that it's a managed service. So most of our clients will reach out when they have a DSAR, and we've seen a 3 to 4-fold increase over the last 18 months in that area. So that's probably by far the biggest standout from our point of view. Not only is there more, but the search is becoming more frequent, and the complexity is getting higher month on month. The other two areas, probably people needing help or an understanding of the complexity of Office 365 as it beds in. And then specifically in this region, the third one would probably be the awareness of ransomware attacks on the increase, especially with a couple of high-profile attacks this year. A lot of our clients who were not using Syskin to protect from ransomware have come to us looking for help setting up the ransomware protection built into the Syskin product. Okay. So they're probably the three main areas.
And do you envisage similar pain points to prevail in organizations for 2022?
Yeah, I think for all those 3 points, it's only going in one direction. I think the two areas next year will be, I think ransomware is now on people's radar. I think there will be more attacks, so therefore people are looking for help from us to help with building some sort of ransomware protection. I think we've taken our eye off the traditional file server area because a lot of people are moving to cloud, and cloud is becoming all consuming from a project point of view. Yeah. I think we're missing the fact that we probably still have traditional file servers. They will be there, and we need to bring them into the security blanket as well as all our other areas. Okay. And then the other big point for 2022 is going to be Office 365, and I think the cost creep that's coming into it. I mean, there's a 20% increase in Office announced in August. They've just announced that the unlimited archive is going to have a limit of 1.5 terabytes, which, as we know, sounds big until in a couple of years it won't sound big anymore. They also now are going to charge 20% more if their partners want to charge monthly. So it reminds me, if you're as old as I am, in the 90s, a lot of Microsoft software, 80% plus in China, was not licensed, and Bill Gates is a very famous saying, let them all in storage, we'll figure out how to charge at a later date. So I think that's just playing out again with Office. They want everybody on Office, and then once they have us all in the fold, they can be a bit more pedantic about charging and changing things. Okay. So I think they're the areas that will be more high profile next year.
Okay, great. With online selling, businesses are definitely relying more heavily on the processing of personal data, to create value, enforcement of data retention, classification and minimization policies are definitely becoming more challenging for privacy and governance or compliance professionals. What do you think this is going to look like for 2022?
I think, like data protection has always been there, and prudent management of data. I think it has been ignored by and large by most organizations. GDPR is a way of making us focus on managing that data, but the real accelerator has been COVID, which has caused online selling, interaction, remote meetings, etc. So I think because of the acceleration, people are scrambling from the point of view of managing risk or data sprawl, making sure they are compliant, trying to follow best practice. Prudent management of our data now is much more important as we have a much more dispersed working environment, and we're relying on technology to make up for the fact that we're not all in offices.
Yeah, and probably I know in Ireland there's talk that the Data Protection Commission is moving from guidance now to enforcement. There's talk about hiring additional resources for this role as well. How will this affect organisations in 2022?
Well, I think the first point there is it's inevitable that's going to happen. If they're serious, they have to start applying some proper actions. Rap on the knuckles hasn't worked. GDPR is not something that is new. It is the next generation of data protection acts. I mean, in Ireland, we've had one from 1988. In Europe, they've had it from 1995. In the UK, they've had it since 1998. So if we didn't have a stick with these recommendations, it didn't work. GDPR had financial teeth built into it, but it wasn't used, so it's clear that's not working. So if there is a stick built into, whether you agree or not, we need some sort of incentive, whether it is a stick or a carrot, to do things. So it has to happen. It's inevitable that there are going to be fines for people who are not adhering to GDPR.
Yeah. Okay, so I suppose top tip then for 2022 is to start getting prepared. So then for any organizations that are planning on getting their data under control for 2022, they have it on their agenda, or their, I suppose we'll call it their data resolution. Have you got any top tips for them?
Yeah, same things I said to everybody. Do it when you're in a non-stressed environment. Prudent technology, prudent practice, prudent processes have to happen if you want to do them properly when the incident doesn't occur. So do it before you have to do it. Then those prudent projects need to be taken seriously, and they need to be planned properly. Just because it isn't going to end your business today doesn't mean it shouldn't have the same level of focus that a project like upgrading to a new platform or a new email platform does. From our point of view, then we would say one of the things we help with is on our Syskin file side of things. If you have a project and it's around data management, well, then get an easy win and reduce the data first. And that's what most of our clients will do. And then, from a process point of view, let technology help. You're not going to be able to do it with a piece of pen and a paper and a bunch of people. So our ComplyKey suite will help you from an email or a file point of view, putting those processes in place.
Okay. Great. So I think we'll finish up maybe, if you would like to introduce anything, maybe that's exciting coming for 2022 for Waterford Technologies.
Well, I suppose my team is prepping. We have a new version of Mailmeter coming out in Q1 with new features and functionality built in. It's also a 10 times faster version of Mailmeter, which will help processing an awful lot quicker. We have a new version of Syskin coming out for clients, which will give them the ability to do purges in the archive and set specific retention policies. Our Exchange clients, and we still have a lot of those, will be able to avail of our hosted option, and a lot of them are looking to have us manage Mailmeter. We can bring that to them next year. For me, the exciting thing is that our ComplyKey suite, which covers 2 agents, email and file, will grow to a 5-agent product. So it'll also include SharePoint, Teams, and OneDrive. We, on a partner level, are partnering with some very big partners, especially out in the Middle East. Get visibility. We're partnering them to bring AI data classification. So we can avail of that classification and use Syskin and mail me to apply actions to the classifications that the AI will throw up. And I suppose also from an expansion point of view, we're focusing very much on the Middle East and Africa to grow our partner base. So we're going to be very busy looking after clients with all of this coming on next year.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a busy 2022 for us. Great. So I think that's kind of it. Any final comments, Mark?
No, I suppose I just want to thank all our clients. I've said this before. Our client base on average has stayed with us for 12.8 years, which is phenomenal for a software house to retain customers for that long. So, I want to say a big thank you to all our clients for their loyalty. I want to thank my team because it has a lot to do with the relationship we build with those clients and being there for them when they need them. And just to wish everybody a happy Christmas and see you all next year.
Great. Yeah, everybody, happy Christmas and a happy new year. And we look forward to bringing you more data archiving with Mark in the new year. So anyone that wants any more information on what Mark's discussed today, you can just visit the website on www.waterfordtechnologies.com, and you can pop us a comment there if you have any questions. All right. So happy Christmas again, everybody. Happy Christmas, Mark.
Bye, guys. See you next year. Thanks, Laura.